Hello, welcome back to Tan Tan channel. My name is Atan. So on 32 weeks, after discharge from 29 weeks to 30 weeks time, we did an ultrasound on 32 weeks. The baby was growing healthily. The size of the baby are still on track. But then on the 33 weeks, I think the growth of the baby was slowed and it was not within the range of the normal baby's growth. And the doctors decided that it's not safe for my wife to stay at home anymore. Doctor encouraged us to admit to the hospital immediately or the day after. We choose to admit the hospital the day after, but on the same day when we visited the hospital at night, my wife blood pressure shot up again to 180, and I have to send her back to the hospital emergency room again at night around 11 to 12 o'clock. Yeah, from there on, my wife stayed in the hospital for a few weeks time again, do a lot of tests, blood tests here and there. You know, as a husband, you see your wives on the drips and then have to take bloods and take injections every day for various reasons. You just feel the pain of why your wife have to go through that and your son or your kids have to go through that. But for every visit, we try to bring a smile to the hospital. And bear in mind that when mothers stay in the hospital for a long period of time, they can't go out of the hospital. We also have to consider their mental health. So this thing happened in COVID. They are visiting our restrictions. I make sure that I visit my wife during the opening windows, and make sure that every time I visited my wife, I don't show her that I'm worried, that kind of things. I just want to reassure her that everything will be okay, based on what I have read online and what I have watched online. What happened after 34 weeks? Okay, so on 34 weeks, 4 days, the doctor did a scan a day before and the day itself and say that we shouldn't drag it anymore. We should deliver the baby now. The main reason is because the longer we keep the baby in the tummy, there is a high chance that the baby will stop the breathing and stop the heartbeat inside the tummy. And it's a hard decision because the doctor won't make that decision for you. The doctor will tell you that you should do this, but it's your right as a patient to decide whether to follow the doctor's advice or not. It's a very difficult decision for us because we keep thinking that can we drag some more? Is it safe to deliver now? Is it safe for my baby to come out now? I think we make a right decision because my baby now is about 1 month plus, close to 2 months after, even though it's premature delivered. He's growing healthily, no issue at all, and growing a lot of fat. Yeah, he's 3.7 kg now, around there, after 1 month plus. When he was born, he's only 1.8 kg, and when baby was born, the first 10 days the weight will usually drop. So the baby weight dropped from 1.8 to 1.6 during that period. So I just want to share with you that as much as possible, if you have a good healthcare team, listen to them, listen to their advice. And most of the time, we think that we read things online and we think that we can do the best decisions, but we are not an expert. They are an expert, and in my point of view, if they are an expert and they make that decision, they advise us on what kind of decision to make, most likely I will follow their decisions. Yeah. And one of the questions that I ask the doctors always is, would you do this if she is your wife? And if the doctor hesitates, then I will have second thought on following his advice. And for my doctor, I did ask him the same question. If the person staying here now is your wife, laying on the bed now is your wife, would you recommend the same action? And the doctor, without any hesitation, replied me, said yes, he would do the same. So that's kind of reassuring for me. For premature baby that born around maybe 30 weeks onwards, the chances of your baby to be healthy is relatively high. And if you are the parents that watching this, just don't panic and relax. I'm glad that me and my wife went through this together, because the emotional of my wife and me during this period is like there's frustration inside us, and she felt that she owes something to the kids, and she owes something to me. And I always have to reassure her that no, it's not your fault, you know. So for fathers out there, please bear in mind that if something like this happened to your wife, their mind is going through a lot, and most of the time they will think that why this happened to me, and it's my fault that causing the kids to go through this, for my husband to go through this. So yeah, the right word is they feel guilty about this journey. And I think the best thing that we can do is to reassure our wife that this has nothing to do with her. Anything could happen. Nothing in this world is perfect. Even though there are things that we have a smooth sailing in our journey, but not everything is as smooth as what you can predict or you plan. So yeah, this is a very important aspect. For the father, we have to recognize our feeling. We have to recognize what we have in mind. Many times cannot sleep at night, thinking about a lot of things, the anxiety. But at the same time, also bear in mind that your wife went through a lot more. So you really have to be strong. And the wife will definitely have the emotion. I saw her a few times. I mean my wife crying herself. And thank God that she opened up to me. Not many people will share that with her husband perhaps, and they just keep it inside herself. You just have to do this together. And remember, we all work as a team. And as a father, I help my wife to look after the baby sometimes at night before the helper join us. Because of the COVID, there are many restrictions. And yeah, I just felt that this journey has made our bond stronger and made our relationship a lot more stronger. And we realized that how much we love each other. You know, one of the things that I have in mind also is when we know that my wife has this Pre-Eclampsia, there are a lot of thoughts going through. One is, I shouldn't have kids. A lot of things really went through like crazy in your mind, but please speak to your friends. I have a good friend that invited me to his house, and he went through the same experience. He has a preterm baby as well, and I just want to thank him that he listened to me and reassured me at times that I need the most. So if for people who are watching this video, talk to your friends. I think it helps. For the mother as well, even though my wife is in the hospital, I encourage her to speak to her friend via the phone, because COVID-19, no other visitor can visit. Yeah, and then for family members, it's also another consideration. For us, initially when we diagnosed with Pre-Eclampsia, we share very limited information with our parents because we don't want them to be worried. When my wife discharged from the hospital, we slowly disclosed more and more. Of course, the parents are extremely worried, but we reassured the parents as well that we have the best doctor, we have the best nurses, and everything is well. Well, you know, there's a saying that anything doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I think that these episodes in life really makes me and my wife stronger in terms of our bonds. I just realized that I didn't take off my mask while I'm doing the recording. I'm in my own room and there's no one else. You see, I just realized this. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, so this is the first video after so many months. Like I said, the purpose of making this video is to reassure parents out there having the pre-eclampsia situation as us. And I know that things could go bad, but the fact that I'm sharing this with you is that to let you know that there are really positive outcome out there. Now I know that the parenthood journey is not easy, and I just want to cherish this moment, my sons and my wife. So yeah, I'm glad that I share this video because I feel much better, and when I share this video, my thought is, okay, if some parents saw my video and they feel reassured, at least I contribute some positive energy out there in YouTube. So yeah, so stay tuned. I'm going to make more videos about parenting, parenthood, or whatever that I experience now. Remember to subscribe to my channel and click the subscribe buttons and the bell button there. See you next time. Bye.